Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Corey, and joined with me is my good friend
Hello.
Christian. And welcome to the second episode of the powerful Nerdcast. Can you believe it? Episode 2.
I thought you wouldn't show up, Corey, but you did, and we're here. And hello, everyone on the internet. We are ready to do our podcast number 2, the powerful Nerdcast. A few updates about the podcast. I have placed an order with a graphic designer that he's going to make us an intro, kind of like we have on Super Comic Guru, our YouTube channel. And we're also going to have like a graphic outro. And I actually have a company I started that I want to do podcasts for other people called Powerful Podcast. Kind of goes with the whole theme, you know, and I'm going to get that logo animated too. So we have some awesome stuff. We're trying to take the production value up a little more, and maybe we'll even get an intro song or something.
Yeah, something like that.
All
just to
good
jazz it up a
podcasts
little more.
have intro music that is catchy.
Yeah, it'll trick you guys into thinking that we're actually professionals.
Yeah, like we don't just have some little dinky cameras. Actually, we have good stuff.
Yeah.
It's taken a long time, but we got some good stuff. But yeah, Corey, so today we did about like how many videos?
Like 4.
You made 4 videos. I made 2.
We did it in like record time. We're getting a lot better at that.
Yeah, like let's walk someone through our production. So we'll show up at like 8 o'clock on a Thursday.
Or Corey will show up at 7:30.
Oh, Corey's going to
the
call me
studio
out
this morning.
Beginning of the episode.
Or you'll show up 30 minutes late.
Whatever, it's my place.
We have a general plan of trying to get up at a pretty decent hour. But,
we talk, late at night when we should probably be sleeping if we're going to be on time. And then we decide, we're going to be there exceptionally early. And then we don't. Mostly me. And anyway, Corey, so besides calling me out, we walk in at like 8 o'clock, right on the dot.
We walk in. We usually we get our shit together. We try to wake up a little bit, and then we reread through each of the mangas that we're going to review, because usually Thursdays start with manga. Today was One Piece and Bleach, and Bleach, usually you just sort of casually read that because that's usually my show. But with One Piece, we like to go through the whole thing, maybe take down some notes, maybe try to say, maybe this is the most important thing to bring up. Maybe we don't have to bring up the fact that Princess Mancherry is pissing us off this week. And then we just sort of run through it. We try to sometimes come up with like joke ideas, or
that was
maybe
something
we
want
to.
Yeah, definitely the jokes are something. We almost got away from that because we haven't been doing that much anymore.
No, I'd actually like to get back to that.
But yeah,
it's just we're in such a
jokes.
We're just in such a race with so many people to get our reviews out.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to spend the time to like maybe film an extra scene or do something funny, or do you want to like get to this part and then we'll pause and you'll say your stupid line?
It's amazing what.
But
an extra 2
I had
hours
one today.
will do.
I had one today. I had Neji. Neji may be good at figuring out tests, but let's see how good he is at stopping a spike going through his chest, which isn't even that good. But it was in there.
Yeah, it's sad to say that today, out of all the things that we took a look at, Naruto Shippuden was probably the least entertaining, and that should be the one that I should be looking forward to the most, because it's like new material, and they're not really doing too much with it.
No.
But who knows? This Chunin exam thing is just starting, but. So yeah, we go through our manga reviews, and then we watch Naruto Shippuden, because now that Christian is watching it with me, we get to watch the whole show together. It's awesome. Today we skipped the intro, which I think is a cardinal sin. But if
you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times, Corey.
Look, it's not like we're watching Tokyo Ghoul where we can just easily skip the intro. This is Naruto Shippuden we're talking about, which has an uplifting song and a lot of badass imagery. I really like seeing that stuff. It gets me pumped up.
I mean, yes, it does get you in the mood, and especially when you're going from math test to math test, you kind of need that. I'm sorry, I really fucked up on that one.
Yeah, but in any case,
then you do Tokyo Ghoul. I guess that's our new Thursday thing.
That's another new show. Yeah, just started up, second season Tokyo Ghoul. We watch that. Usually, I just sort of go for it on those reviews. Again, it's kind of the same thing. Everybody's in direct competition with each other. Who's going to get their review out first? And that really does make a difference in terms of views. But still, I still like to try and mention all the important stuff. And then that's pretty much it for the end of Thursday, really. I mean, we're doing our little podcast recording right now. But then later on, I have Gundam Reconquista NG, the newest, most boring of all the new Gundam anime series.
But you'd never drop a series, though, would you, Corey? You would never drop doing a series, no matter how boring it is.
I love your segue into the next segment. I guess I'll go ahead and officially announce it now. And I'll be blunt. I'm going to drop the Rolling Girls anime series. I know all 5 people in the room just freaked out.
Damn it.
Really, it's one of the few shows of the week where now, whenever I have to watch it and review it, it feels like work to me. And when it has to start doing that, I don't really enjoy it. And I'm just not getting enjoyment out of it. The views are not really too big. There aren't a lot of people commenting. My advice is, if you like the show, continue to watch it and enjoy it. Go watch someone else's reviews. I'm sure there's...
So you're still going to watch it, though, casually?
Very casually, but not like in the, there's a new Rolling Girls today. Oh, I have to watch it right now. I might watch the next episode a month from now. It's just... I'm going to take the time.
I would skip and just watch all the action episodes once the series is done.
Probably. Maybe they already used all their action in the first two episodes.
That's what I've been doing with, what's that other series, Seven Deadly Sins?
Yeah, Nanatsu no Taizai, which...
exactly, that's what I was about to say.
I really wish they would just call it the Seven Deadly Sins. Yeah. I'm about 9 episodes into that right now.
I just watched all the fights on YouTube, and that was good enough.
So you're probably ahead of me.
Oh, really? There's more stuff out? Oh, yeah, I've seen some dudes fight. I won't describe them.
Yeah, don't... I'm actually... the arc I'm about to start is, I believe, like a small little tournament arc. Like, the main characters just arrived in this town. There's now a few different members of their group. Uh-huh. There's the main character, Meliodas, who has the badass sword, which is actually not a sword at all, which can only deflect attacks, which I think is actually a really cool gimmick. They have the big giant girl, Diane.
Yes.
She's now a member of the group. There's also Bon, who is my favorite member, who looks like a crossbreed of Grimjow from Bleach and Frankie from One Piece.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He's like the immortal guy, like he can't die. And then we have King, who is this guy who has the ability to fly, and he also has this ability to make himself look younger again. So, and those are like the core characters you see in the intro of the show. Mm-hmm. So I imagine for like the first major arc or arcs of the series, this is like the group we're going to have.
Yeah, it seems like an interesting show, but I just don't have the time. So I just skipped all the fights, and it was good.
I don't watch it when it comes out. I watch it on usually on Fridays. That's when I have anime night. And, like I said, we're 9 episodes into that, which I'm really enjoying it. When we first started watching it, usually we only watch like 1 episode of something, and then we move to the next show, and we watch a ton of different shows. Because
each show's like 22 minutes. It's hard. You can't.
Exactly. But we started getting into Seven Deadly Sins so much that we're like, okay, we need to make room for 1 more. So now we do 2 a week of Seven Deadly Sins. And we're almost caught up with the broadcast. And I will say this, Rolling Girls might be going away, but Seven Deadly Sins might be taking its place. I'm enjoying it that much. When I catch up to the series, I might just continue to follow it. I really hope it doesn't pull a Kame ga Kill on us, though, where, it doesn't adapt the entire series.
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you, but I just think it's got some of the best animation of this season. Is it this season that it came out?
I believe it started in 2014, kind of late 2014. It's going on into 2015. It does. I like the style of it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of similar. Some of the character designs kind of remind me of One Piece, but then some of them kind of remind me of Full Metal. And actually, it's kind of like a composite. To me, that's kind of it's like One Piece Full Metal. Yeah. With just a splash, and I mean just a tiny splash of Fairy Tail. Teeny tiny. And the good parts of Fairy Tail, not all the bad parts.
No, and there are a few of those.
Yeah, there are certainly a few of those.
I don't know. Like I don't really want to get into it too much and bash. I'm not bashing the people that like Fairy Tail. I just find Fairy Tail so repetitive and so predictable, where it doesn't matter what happens, because whoever's the last person is going to end up defeating the bad guy. Unless this last arc, was pretty good, actually. I will admit, towards the end, it got pretty good because all the things came back, and I can't explain it. I can't explain it because I'm scared of spoil. Actually, spoiler alert! 1, 2, 3. Here it comes. Now you're still listening. Anyway, so all the dragons come back and stuff, and they all help fight, and there's some evil dragons.
Okay, last I remember in the series,
I'm so vaguely describing it, but I still had to say spoiler alert.
Because I heard that, and maybe I'm spoiling. Spoiler alert! I heard that Natsu, that's the main character's name. Yeah. He found his old dragon buddy.
He was inside him. He was within everyone. All the dragons came out of their people that they trained with.
They're inside of them?
They're inside of them.
So is that one metal dragon guy?
I don't remember if he had one in him. I just know Natsu had his dragon come out, and then it was all sad because the big evil dragon ended up killing his dragon, so him and Natsu never really got a chance to talk. They just got to battle together and share the moment.
Now, you see, this sounds interesting. This sounds really cool.
It's really pretty, too.
But it's the execution.
Okay. It's just competitive. It's not competitive. Repetitive.
Yeah. We've seen it before.
Yeah. It's just
that was the feeling I got when I was watching Fairy Tail. I forced myself to try to like it and really.
You really told yourself you liked it for a while there too.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. There were certain things I did like about it.
Did you buy some?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bought like the first 50 episodes on Blu-ray and DVD, and I rewatched them all again. I was just like, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Like, I don't have a
I don't think if you like fairy tale, you're stupid or anything. I want to put that out there.
No. I
just
don't
not
want
my
to put
thing.
down the fans at all. You know, I mean,
We don't really like slice of life shows. We don't like a lot of things like that. We just like stuff with a good story and usually executed with action.
and, you know, and everybody
that's a good
thinks
way
that
to
we
put it.
love fairy tale because
No.
that gets suggested to us all the time. That and now
Negative.
Toriko got suggested again today. So, I mean, that was another one. Toriko completely disappointed me because I love the anime version, actually. At least the first part of the series. It's another one of those unfortunate cases where it gets towards the end and they get close to the manga version.
Yeah.
And they have to come up with their own original ending.
They don't just stop.
Which, that's such a buzzkill for me. Like, I really don't like that at all. There's only been so many anime series that I've watched that, like, don't follow the manga version that I'm, like, kind of really into. Like, I do like the original Full Metal Alchemist, despite the fact that it's completely different. It goes off on, does its own thing. I love the movie. And even right now I'm watching
The movie
Tokyo.
has one of the most artistic openings ever. I think it's the that like music, and they're all going down that they're on like that horse and buggy, and it's
and
like,
the gypsies and
the
everything?
gypsies. That's
Yeah.
the term I was looking for. The gypsies. Yeah, that was like one of the coolest looking things. I don't know why. That always drew me into that movie. And it was a good complete package movie, I think, overall.
and it wrapped up a lot of the important parts from that storyline, which,
Yeah.
again, were different from the manga version, which is really hard to do. And even a show that I'm watching right now, Tokyo Ghoul Route A, apparently it's not following the manga, but I wouldn't know. I don't read the manga version, and it doesn't seem like it's like... It doesn't seem forced, like it's trying to deviate too much. It seems natural.
Yeah.
Which I think is a credit to its writing. The action today really wasn't all that crazy, but it was still a pretty exciting episode.
I like that show. I watch it sometimes when you're here and you review it, but it doesn't do much for me either for some reason. I don't know why.
I mean, I like the atmosphere.
The tentacle attacking people.
The tentacle people.
Parasite's probably one of my favorites that you're doing
Parasite's
right now.
the shit, man.
Yeah, that one's
Parasite's
pretty good.
really good. It's
Parasite's
one of those
very good.
that's going to go down as classic. But let's try and get away from anime.
Okay, let's talk about some other things.
Because we talk about anime all the time.
Every day.
Let's talk about some movie news, because there's been a lot of big stuff in the last week. Obviously, I think the biggest thing has been the brand new trailer for the Fantastic Four. More like Fantastic Bore, am I right?
They're going for a dark tone, which I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I don't like that at all with the Fantastic Four.
Get it, and I don't know. Here's the thing: Fantastic Four is boring to me. Mm-hmm. They're cool in the comic books.
They were not a part of your childhood. Like, what's your history with Fantastic Four?
The TV show was boring. Their powers are stupid, and I'm sorry I'm being so brutal. The last two movies, were there two movies or just one movie?
Believe it or not, there were two.
There were two.
Yeah.
Silver Surfer, that was the second one.
Everybody forgot about that one.
Yeah.
And for good reason.
But the movies weren't that great. Jessica Biel was hot back then. We all agree about that. Alba, not Biel. Yeah.
Jessica Biel's still hot too, though.
Yes. They're all the Jessicas.
But Jessica Alba is just like perpetually, just like so hot.
Yes. So
it's annoying how hot she is.
She's confusing. You get next to her and you're like, I don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
So yeah, so she was good in the movie, and but I just think the Fantastic Four is only cool in the comic books, the modern comics, because they're kind of cool. Like the Invisible Girl will like go and explode someone's head, or like something intense, you know. And
that's what makes her power so cheap. Like, is she invisible? Is she psychic?
She's everything. You know,
she's the Jean Grey of that team.
Yeah, she just got her invisible clouds she can push onto people. I don't know how you describe her powers either. And the Human Torch is cool, and I'm glad he's Captain America now. He's way better as a humble actor instead of a douchebag actor. Like, no one connects those two. Isn't that crazy?
That is really crazy when I think about it, because
he is such a better Captain America, because he's like humble and you believe him. But as the Human Torch, you're like, I don't care.
It's hard to believe that it's actually been, I think, about a decade
Whoa.
since Fantastic Four came out, and that's when Chris Evans played that character. And, you know, he's had a chance to mature since then, and I still don't think he's the best actor of the Avengers, but I still think he plays Captain America, like, really well.
Who's the best? You just going to say Robert Downey Jr. just to say it?
No, I'm going to say Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Just for cool points.
Well, he wins just because he is Samuel L.
No,
Jackson.
honestly, I think the best actor is Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, if you like flat, boring performances, Corey.
I love ScarJo in those movies, man. I don't know.
I'd actually think
plays
Robert
the character,
Downey Jr. is one of the best. I'm just going to be honest.
He's definitely the funniest.
Yeah.
He's definitely up there. But let's get back to the Fab Four, ladies and gentlemen.
So the Fabulous Four. Yeah.
This is a brand new movie. It has no connection to the previous films. It's a reboot, which is really popular nowadays. I'm actually really surprised that they're already doing this. But this first trailer came out. It pretty much reveals almost nothing about the movie. It's basically just a lot of shots of the team when they're going on their mission to this dimension, which I believe is called the Negative Zone. It's a very popular place in the Marvel Universe, which is inhabited by a lot of powerful beings, monsters, and radiation waves, which is going to transform them into the Fantastic Four themselves. And, I don't know, like, I don't care enough about the Fantastic Four, and this trailer made it seem like it's trying to be way too serious and Dark Knight-like, and I don't know. The Thing doesn't have pants on, and it's strange. Did you see that in the trailer?
No, I didn't. That didn't catch.
Towards the very end of the trailer,
I barely understood.
I'm looking at it as we speak. In the final shot, you get, like, your very first shot of the team. And they're kind of wearing their uniforms, but not really. I don't even think they're going to get them, or even if in this universe. Maybe they're going to go the X-Men route, where they're just like, those look too silly. Just give them,
some leather.
Matrix jumpsuits. That'll work.
Some leather.
Yeah, but the final shot, you see them all standing there, and the Thing is at the very end, and frankly, I like the look of him. I think he looks big and bulky and craggy, and he's got no pants on. That's weird.
And then they
are we going to see like Thing junk?
No, we're not going to see rock balls. Like, we're not going to...
Big orange rocky balls? Are we not going to see those in this movie? Because they should totally be dangling right there, and they're not.
He'll get some pants. He'll get it together.
Yeah.
The other thing is the Human Torch is cast by a black gentleman, which is interesting. And I actually thought that, like, to be honest, I didn't really care, because I don't barely care about the Fantastic Four to begin with. But I do think it's interesting because, traditionally they are for white people.
Well, the only reason, it's not even the race issue for me. The thing that's going to be annoying is because... No. The thing that's interesting is in the Fantastic Four universe, Johnny Storm, who is the Human Torch, his sister is Sue Storm, who is the Invisible Woman. They're a brother and sister team. So now just the fact that you have two-race brother and sister in this movie, they're going to have to go out of their way to explain that.
They were adopted.
And they're going to have
Annie
to bring...
was at the orphanage.
But do we need that story? Like, what does that add to the mythos of the Fantastic Four? Does it show that, I guess, maybe they're all not related and yet they still are family
together.
No matter what?
I don't know. There you go.
But that's the point of the Thing's character. He's, I don't know, I don't think it's going to be bad. I think the actor's going to do a competent job, and I think they're going to make it work. They're just going to have to address the fact that, Sue might have an adopted brother or vice versa.
Yeah, there's something going on there, but again, I don't really care.
I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
To me, as long as it works, it works. But I do think the Human Torch is the most badass of all the Fantastic Four.
I'd say the Thing gets that.
Well, he's just the biggest powerhouse, but I think the Human Torch is the most terrifying.
Without a doubt, though, Thing and Human Torch are the most interesting members of that group.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a crap about Mr. Fantastic.
And especially if Mr. Fantastic, I don't like him so much, he almost ruined Luffy for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like whenever I'm describing One Piece to someone, I'm like, oh yeah, his power is like, he's like all stretchy and stuff. Like, kind of like Mr. Fantastic. The minute they hear that, they're like, oh, I'm out.
No, I don't care about Luffy.
Because he made stretching powers lame. Luffy made stretching powers freaking awesome.
Yeah, they should, Luffy should train Mr. Fantastic. Throw all that shit, just punching everyone.
I think Mr. Fantastic just needs to
retire.
Just retire altogether.
Get out of there.
And really that's it. The whole trailer doesn't really reveal anything. It's just them going to this dimension and possibly going through their transformation. They haven't even
backstory the movie.
Basically, yeah. And that's another thing I hate about these superhero reboots and stuff. Like, how many times do we have to see the origins of these characters?
As many times as they reboot it.
The Fantastic Four have been around since the 1960s. Do we really need to explain everything in that much detail?
Yes.
I hate that.
One more time.
That's why I really, that's why I'm kind of afraid for the whole...
With great power comes great responsibility. Fuck, we already used that. We got to come up with a new way to say it.
I know! That's so annoying. They have to, dress that up in the new movie, the new Spider-Man. And it's even worse because...
No, that's not the line. That's like if they get his costume wrong,
And that's another thing with the new coming Batman and Superman movie. Like, one of my biggest fears about that movie is them trying to take it too seriously, just like this whole Fantastic Four thing. Like, I want them to have fun with this stuff.
That's DC, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so DC, literally, if that movie isn't good, they're so screwed. and Marvel wins. So that movie has to be good. I'm very much expecting
Marvel's
that movie.
already winning, though.
Well, they're already winning.
Especially with
but
their
if DC
Phase
even
3
wants to be
movies.
in the fight, they've got to make that movie awesome. And I don't know. I don't know the numbers, but it better fucking make $100 million its first weekend, or else it's in trouble.
And again, it kind of goes with the whole Fantastic Four thing. This is another origin story in this upcoming Batman Superman. I don't want a huge chunk of this movie devoted to Batman's backstory. Who does not know Batman's backstory at this point? It is a part of pop culture at this point. There is no need to get into it.
Yeah, like
we should just know that Batman exists in this universe, and that's all they need to tell
what goes down an alley and has holes in it? My parents? No, a bowling ball. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Jesus Christ, that's awful.
Yeah.
All the jokes about Batman are about his dead parents. That's really unfair.
Yeah. That's all there is, because there's no other weaknesses. It's not like he has kryptonite or some shit. You know?
No. But it is good that they got this trailer out, because this movie's coming out real soon. It's coming out in August, which I completely forgot about this. Like, I honestly thought that this movie was canceled originally. I thought that they were getting it started.
I forgot about it too.
They announced the cast. People were pissed when they announced the cast, and I thought that's what, sort of buried this movie. The fact that it's this far in production, we already got a trailer, we already got CG stuff for the thing. It's farther along than we thought, and they're really going to have to market the hell out of it, because it has got some amazing competition this year. Not to say that it's coming out at the same time as Star Wars, but it's coming out in the same year as that, Avengers, Ant-Man, all these other big movies. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to get buried. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
Unless it is just literally, I don't see it coming. It's the best thing since fucking sliced bread. There's no way it's doing good this year.
Now, it does have some good
way.
people behind it, though. Like, apparently the people who worked on X-Men Days of Future Past are going to be working on this. And I honestly think Days of Future Past was probably the second best X-Men movie.
I'd say the first one. What was the other one before that?
The movie?
Yeah.
The one that came before. Oh my God, there's so many X-Men movies. I think it was actually a
first
Wolverine.
prequel one. What's the first prequel one?
First Class.
First Class,
Yeah.
I thought was a great movie. Mm-hmm. Maybe no. To me, it's the best X-Men movie.
I think it's the third best X-Men movie.
Third best?
Yeah.
What's your first?
X2.
X2 is really good. That was my
Yeah.
second.
I can't get over how much I remember it. Whenever I think of the X-Men movies, first thing that pops into my head is Nightcrawler in the White House.
That is a great scene, but there's just too many British people in X-Men First Class, so they win.
I guess that. But the X-Men's got a whole new fresh franchise starting up with X-Men Apocalypse, which
It's
is
not
bringing
a fresh
in,
franchise. They just smash a whole bunch of everyone in this one now.
Well, it's got a new young cast.
Oh.
To play all the younger,
okay.
like Cyclops and Jean
Really? I
Grey.
didn't know that.
Yeah, they're bringing all of them in. And,
I heard the Game of Thrones chick was going to play Phoenix.
Which Game of Thrones chick?
The redheaded one that got married to Peter Dinklage.
I think if they ever do the Phoenix storyline again, it needs to be like the 10th sequel. They need to build
like
up.
or like back it up,
because that's such a story that was not done justice in X-Men: The Last Stand.
It's just like
it's so much more epic. It's supposed to involve like galactic travel and stuff and all types of crazy.
The Phoenix Force itself is supposed to be one of the most powerful beings or forces in the universe.
I mean, hell, the old X-Men cartoon did it way better justice in the movie.
I've never seen it back then, but I'm sure it was.
Oh,
good.
I loved the X-Men cartoon so much.
Really?
Oh, couldn't get enough of it. I still love the intro. I still pray that someone's going to have the balls to try and like remix that theme and put it in a movie. I think that would be fantastic. But let's get away from superheroes and let's get away to remakes again of classic 80s comedies.
Ooh.
This one
Beverly Hills
in
Cop?
particular is... Excuse me?
No. I'm fucking with you, Corey.
Yeah, I don't think so. This one is going to be the reboot of the Ghostbusters.
Oh, yes. Never mind. I thought I was going to have a sexist joke there, but I backed off.
That's the hot button with this brand new Ghostbusters movie.
I don't get it. Okay, let's back up or zoom out and tell the audience what we're talking about. The new Ghostbusters film is being cast by all women.
Yes, it's going to be an all-female cast. Some of which are really famous.
They'll probably make the secretary a dude, though. You know?
That is an interesting thing I didn't even think about.
Yeah, that would be
Who is
funny.
going to play the replacement for the character of Janine?
They don't call it a secretary anymore. They call it an assistant.
Oh, gosh. See, you're making me already hate this movie by saying things like that. Now,
It's been pushing some buttons. It's been pushing some buttons.
Now, we talked a little bit before this. You're not the biggest Ghostbusters fan.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't obsess over it. I don't preach the word of the Ghostbusters.
You don't preach the GB?
No, I don't.
man.
I don't care about crossing beams all day long.
Dude, in Slimer we trust, man. Like, Ghostbusters for me as a kid was like one of the big things. Like there was Ninja Turtles, there was Ghostbusters, there was G.I. Joe. Like, did you ever used to watch like the Ghostbusters cartoon?
Vaguely, I sort of remember that.
Okay, like
it's more about SWAT cats.
Oh God, dude! Don't say that right now. Don't open up a whole new discussion right now. Let's get back to Ghostbusters, then we'll get back to SWAT cats. Ghostbusters, like as a kid, like that was the thing, and it was a sacred movie. And the genius of the original Ghostbusters movie is that anybody can watch it. A kid can watch it, and they'll like it for all of the ghosts and the scary effects and the cool weapons that the Ghostbusters use. Adults are going to love the humor, which when you're a kid sails over your head.
Yeah,
when you're an adult. That is one of the most sharp, well-written comedies I've ever seen, and the team they had for it and the writers they had for it were perfect. And now, flash forward to 2015, Harold Ramis is dead. One of the key Ghostbusters is gone. He's no longer with us. He is a ghost himself, if you will.
Yes.
And now that pretty much buries any chance of a new Ghostbusters happening, except for this reboot, which has the balls... Not really, actually, because it's an all-female cast.
It has the ovaries.
It has the ovaries! To call itself simply Ghostbusters, doesn't even change the logo, even has the same catchphrase, who you gonna call?
Well, here's the thing, Corey. Besides you being a sexist pig, you know, I think that the real issue here is... No, I'm kidding, man. I'm just fucking with you. But the real thing is it doesn't bother me because I'm not a super big Ghostbusters fan, rather. But... whatever, maybe it's good because The Hangover was really good. The first Hangover is a pretty good movie. It's a funny movie. But what's that other movie that came out that was all girls? The Bachelorette Party or
Bridesmaids?
Bridesmaids.
Which I believe one of the actors here
is from Bridesmaids.
Is from that. I think it's Kristen Wiig.
I haven't seen Bridesmaids, but a lot of people have told me Bridesmaids is just as good as Hangover.
Okay. I'm willing to accept what you're saying, but was The Hangover and Bridesmaids a remake of anything that was classic?
No. So you got me there. What I'm saying is they can do it, though. I'm saying it could be... Here's the thing. They have to nail the atmosphere, but that was the 80s in New York, and New York is very different now.
That's the thing. They're never going to capture that old school atmosphere again. Like you said, it's an 80s movie. You know, there's certain things about it which cannot be... Yeah,
New York is different now.
Which cannot be replicated. New York back then was a really dangerous place, and they talk about it a lot in length in the movie. One of the subplots of the second Ghostbusters movie is about how shitty everyone acts in New York. Their anger is actually what's fueling the main monster of that movie.
And the other thing is, New York now is kind of like... I've been there once for about a week, and New York is kind of like a police state now. It's very different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's cops everywhere.
Yeah. You got to realize this is post 9/11 Ghostbusters sequel, all female cast.
It's just the atmosphere, or there has to be in New York, but maybe that's not a huge focus of this movie when they remake it. And I'm sure they're funny. I mean, chicks are funny. I mean,
these ladies are funny. You know, you have Kristen Wiig, who, like you said, Bridesmaids.
Yes.
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. You have Melissa McCarthy from The Heat and Tammy, which was a super popular movie last year. I know my mom would not shut up about it.
The Heat.
The Heat.
I gotta look that up.
Oh, yeah. We have Leslie Jones from Saturday Night Live in Top 5, and Kate McKinnon, of course, also from Saturday Night Live and Life Partners. Group of funny women. It really depends on the writing and what the story is going to be about, but they're already saying they want this story to be a little scarier than the original.
Sandra Bullock and this other chick. Bridesmaids. This chick was in Bridesmaids, too. Mm-hmm. There's 2 Bridesmaids chicks.
Yeah.
So I told you Bridesmaids was good, though, Corey. I'm just letting you know.
I
haven't seen it, though.
I'll take your word for it. But, there it is. It's Ghostbusters, Who You Gonna Call, coming out July 22nd, 2016. They are making it. This is happening. And, even if I don't like it, I'm not looking forward to it, I'll be there day one.
Corey is just... Here's the thing about Corey. You're a traditionalist. You say no one fucks with the way it used to be. And with all these remakes, it upsets you.
I mean, we're in the age of the reboot. And,
it's an easy buck.
And it sickens me because, like, a year and a half ago, I was hanging out with my friend Ben, and we were talking about, like, all these new remakes and stuff. I'm like, there's, like, a few movies from the 80s that, like, if they ever remake them... Like, I don't even want to, like, live on this planet anymore. And 2 of them have already been done.
Which ones?
RoboCop and now
Ghostbusters. So someone told me the new RoboCop was good, and I was like, look, it was okay as a film, but it was not RoboCop. RoboCop doesn't wake up as a human in a robot suit. That's not what RoboCop is. RoboCop is about a dude that got turned into a robot that rediscovers his humanity. Okay. And along the way, solves some crimes and figures out who the bad guys are and shoots them out of windows, and then they become puppets. That's what the original RoboCop.
Throw in a little bit of social commentary.
Yes, a lot of social commentary. And Samuel L. Jackson did a good job on that. It was different, but he did a good job. That actually, social commentary character of Samuel L. Jackson was probably one of the best parts of that movie. And I really thought the idea, I'm really into science fiction and like robot shit. So like the prosthetic limbs that they were coming up with. Did you ever see it? There's this guy that was playing a guitar.
I saw bits and pieces of it. I never saw it all the way through.
Yeah, so that technology really interests me because they're doing a lot of stuff with like remapping nerves to like prosthetic limbs and stuff. Like that's
they got
coming.
real serious with that in that movie too.
Yeah, they got
like, there were whole scenes where it's like just his head and just like all his body parts like hanging out.
It was him and his lungs.
Yeah,
and that was it. That was all that was left.
Which I thought that was a pretty cool effect. That was something that the original RoboCop did not do.
Yes, but the original RoboCop was not. Again, the original RoboCop was about a robot dude that had to rediscover his humanity, not that got woken up and had to deal with his wife hanging around, scaring him the whole thing. And I don't know, his wife or being around the whole time really pissed me off.
The family being alive was a real big problem for me.
Well, they were alive
because it didn't allow
once,
you
but
to
they
focus.
left.
Well, it didn't allow you to focus solely on RoboCop's development and like his character. It became like a reclaiming his family film, you know?
It was boring when he was solving crimes too.
To say the least, yeah. And that shouldn't be boring. That should be one of the most fun parts of RoboCop is just seeing him drive around the city, bust into a convenience store, and just like destroy everybody.
Yeah, like that's what kind of, oh my God. It's just, it wasn't very good. It wasn't RoboCop. Okay, what's the next movie?
All right, now, both of those movies have already been remade. There's one more on the chopping block.
What was the first one? You said RoboCop?
We had a RoboCop. We now have Ghostbusters, which is officially coming out.
Yes.
2 epic 80s movies. The next one is one of my favorite trilogies of all time.
Star Wars.
Back to the Future.
Oh. They're doing it.
They're not doing it. They haven't announced it yet. I pray that I die before they announce it. Or it doesn't happen in my lifetime. I just don't want to ever have to deal with that movie remake. It hurts me too much that 2 of my favorite movies have already been tarnished. And the reason it bothers me,
Let us know, Corey. Let us know.
I understand. Don't watch the movie. No, one of my biggest pet peeves, I was talking to a friend 2 years ago. We were talking about old horror movies. Friday the 13th pops up. Have you seen Friday the 13th? Yeah, it was kind of I don't know. I didn't really dig it. You know, it just seemed kind of old school. Seemed like it was just sort of doing what all the old horror movies was. And I saw it in theaters like a year ago, and I just didn't. And I was like, wait, whoa. What do you mean you saw it in a theater? I'm talking about Friday the 13th, 1981. It's like, no. I thought you were talking about the 2009. This is a fucking pain in the bitch. I hate this stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, have you seen King Kong?
Yeah, all of them. But I'm a bad example. I've seen them all.
You're supposed to play along here.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the one Peter Jackson made in between Lord of the Rings films.
No. I'm talking about the one from 1976 with Jeff Bridges.
Yes, I've seen that one too.
No, fuck you, asshole. I'm talking about the one from 1933.
Yeah, I saw
the
that.
original King Kong.
I saw the robot chicken version, yes.
Yeah, there we go. That's the point. I hate this stuff. Have you seen Rambo?
Yeah, actually, I love Rambo First Blood. I can't even play along on that one.
No, I'm talking about Rambo.
Oh, yes, when he goes to Vietnam and saves everyone.
See, that's the problem with movie titles.
Yes.
They're remaking them and they're rehashing them, and it's making it confusing for fucking everybody.
Rambo First Blood is really good. Go watch that, everyone.
Rambo First Blood is good. It's really good.
The whole franchise really fucking got weird after that. They're like, we're going to change this into an action movie.
It sort of de-evolved into like, just like old school 80s action movies.
It's like just give him a machine gun and make him run through caves and shoot everyone. Mm-hmm. It kind of got stupid. But yeah, Rambo First Blood is really good social commentary.
And probably, a lot of people like to say that Rocky was Stallone's best movie. I think that First Blood was.
First Blood's his best movie.
It's still not even a masterpiece. I still kind of consider it more of an action movie. But I will admit that I think he did his best acting in that movie, especially in the final scene.
Yeah, the final scene is really
breaks
powerful.
Down.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. Spoiler alert. Too late. Too late.
Yeah.
Then the other thing is I have like a design here from what I hope our new intro is for this show. Mm-hmm. And it's like 2 nerdy glasses. I'll like hold this up for a second if you guys can even see that. I doubt you can see that. Corey, can you see that?
I can see it. Yeah, it's a pair of white
so I'm going to
glasses.
have like the powerful Nerdcast, like the powerful written on the top and then Nerdcast on the bottom. And that's kind of
because all nerds wear glasses, right?
Yep, that's right. I don't have contacts. It's gotten to the point in my life though, Corey, like I should really have glasses for when I drive at night.
When was the last time you saw the optometrist?
Like once a year, but they always tell me my fucking left eye is worse than my right eye, but it like helps to cover my left eye when I drive sometimes at night.
Weird.
Because my left eye is weak. It's a little bitch. You fucking compensate your eyeballs so you always see clear. Yeah. But like I'm like a dude that's been fighting glasses and contacts for just a touch too long. Probably this is incriminating. I'm going to get in an accident and someone's going to look this podcast up and say, he can't see.
That person has no freaking life.
Yeah, fuck you,
That's
whoever
the type
you
of person
are.
that drives back to pizza and complains there weren't enough pepperonis on their pizza.
And I'm going to get the tip back.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah,
those D-bags. D-bags. So, yeah, what else, Corey? Hit him with some something.
Hit you with something else?
Yeah.
Why do I always got to come up with the topics?
You don't.
Huh?
But
Here, let's talk a little bit about how good the podcast was doing last week, because a lot of people left suggestions
yes, let's look
for
at
us, and I think that's really awesome. I like that you guys were getting involved and talking to us, because clearly this show doesn't really have much of a structure. We mostly just sort of run with it. But I do like
one
the fact,
long take, and I like it like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But I do like the fact that people want us to sort of try and divide up sections, maybe do like a news section, which I guess that's kind of what the movie thing was all about. But
news, we could do talk about political issues like
the minute you said politics, I'm like, oh, this is about to go downhill right now.
We talk about the what are those two countries battling in the Middle East?
Dude, no, stop. We are not talking politics. I'm not getting into any of this right now.
No, we're not talking politics. Fuck politics.
No, thank you.
The world's screwed. Don't vote anymore. Good luck. We'll see you in a few years.
But one of the things is people want to see us do our old interviews again.
With other
YouTube personalities.
What we have to do is figure out a way to record Skype at the same time when we're doing all this, and then we'll just Skype people in or Google Hangouts.
Yeah, I would love to have people just on the show with us, just rambling.
But I have a few technical things I got to figure out, because where would we put the screen? We'd put it over there and film us watching the TV.
I don't know.
Where we put the I guess I could flip the monitor around. Anyway, these are all things we can discuss not on the podcast.
Yeah.
But the point is, yes, we could do that. We could do that again. Why not? Hey, here's the thing. If you guys are watching this and you have a YouTube channel and you're in the nicest way semi-successful with it, hit us up and you can be on this podcast and we'll hang out and chit-chat about anything. Open invitation to anyone. What's something else, Corey? They also said just overall, I got a very positive vibe from this podcast from everyone. And I definitely want to say thank you. And it immediately got over 1,000 quickly. And that's
got a lot of thumbs up, which let's try and get more this time.
What are we at now on the last video?
Like 58 million.
58 million? Okay, we need 68,000, guys.
Boy, our math is really off.
It's there.
No, we it did really good. I think we got a little over 160.
160 is
ups,
a damn good up
which is
score.
good for us. And there was like one down, which is amazing, which means a lot of people are enjoying it. And we don't even really have a plan yet for these things. This is probably way less structured than the first episode.
I don't want a plan. I just want to hang out, and people are invited to come hang out with us.
That's basically what this is.
I also really do want to get guests on here. We might focus on the guest. That's the other thing. If we have a guest on, kind of have to talk about the guest, because that's why people come on here. Like, I'm talking about physically in this room with us. If someone comes here and does this, we probably got to talk about what they're up to, just to be nice, right? I think that's fair. And I mean,
people wanted to congratulate you on your brand new movie, American Sniper.
Oh, well, they can suck my D. No. Okay, so here's the thing. I was talking
to my parents the other day. They enjoyed it too.
Oh, God. Okay, so here's the thing. I am blessed to look kind of sort of like Bradley Cooper, and that is a thing that is borderline haunting my existence in this world right now. But it's fun. It's fun because people come up to you, random people. It's like a great conversation starter. Hey, do you know who you look like? And I'm like, Bradley Cooper. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh, and we just sit there and then, real conversation starts. But that happens. Corey, how many times does that happen while I've been around you?
Oh, so many times, dude. We ever go to a convention, and every time we do an interview with someone, we get stopped, and one of the last things they always... By the way, has anybody ever told you... And then you usually finish the sentence for them.
Bradley Cooper.
Even the people on our page, everybody comments on that. Everybody...
Bradley Cooper's in the review.
Exactly. They're like, you're the American Sniper, you're Rocket Raccoon.
I'll take Rocket Raccoon. I don't want to be part of that propaganda piece.
But it's awesome. But like you said, you should be really flattered.
It is a good
to
thing.
look like a well-established actor who's had no problems in the media, who's got a really great career ahead of him, and it's great.
I always say, as soon as Bradley Cooper fucks up, I'm so much in trouble. Like my existence is awesome now. Like I'm in the
minute they find his child porn,
I'm
hidden
so
in his
screwed.
basement, it's over.
I'm like, damn it. Child pornographer. That's what I look like now.
But like I said, soak it in, man. Enjoy it. It's good flattery, because I remember like a year ago we got a comment that just made me rear out laughing, because it's like, my two favorite reviewers, Bradley Cooper and Phil Collins. So soak it up, my friend.
Yes. I mean, yeah, but Phil Collins could sing, if that helps.
I mean, Phil Collins is a rebel.
Yeah.
He's wearing shoes. He's wearing sneakers with a jacket. That guy's insane.
Oh my God. He made some good music.
Yeah.
Look kind of weird.
Oh, I like the Phil, man. I'm down with the Phil. I like 80s music, though.
Something else I really like, you guys, thank you for all the thumbs up and stuff. Like, you write the Powerful Nerdcast, we come right up, so you guys have helped our search stuff. And also, we are really, really trying to put our stuff on YouTube. Not on YouTube, on iTunes, rather. And something that we're definitely going to do is put up the audio version of this. Corey and I are actually going to study up on how to do that after this podcast today. So expect that to happen. But we also need our logo ready. We need a few things, because you can't throw up a blank podcast. And there's just certain things that iTunes wants to know that we don't have yet. But it is something we definitely want to do. And other thing, when we get on iTunes, thank you for keeping up with me, guys. I know I'm rambling. We need you guys to rate and comment about the podcast. And all you need is an iTunes account to do that. So when it goes up, we will send our masses towards iTunes, because it's definitely important. Because during the first few weeks you're on iTunes, you go into the new and noteworthy section. And we want to be in the top places of the new and noteworthy section, because that's when the most people see you on iTunes. So we know we can at least send 1,000 people there. And if we get 1,000 people bump, on our ratings and stuff, it'll really help us out when we start. So please keep that in mind, and, get your thumbs up, clicking fingers ready, because we'll tell you when we need it. Okay. Thank you guys for my rant. Yeah.
Christian, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's right.
That's me.
You can find us on iTunes.
I was trying to show you this awesome video earlier of, this big gigapixel thing of space, and it zooming in, and
it just wouldn't load.
And then you weren't into it, and it made me sad, because I like space and shit, and Corey could care less sometimes.
You're all into that crazy mystical shit. Whenever
I feel like I was born 200 years too early. I'm never going to go into space, man. And then Corey will say, not with that attitude. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Just practice jumping?
That's a start.
Yeah, that is a start.
At least then I wouldn't have to say that anymore.
Yeah. But I like space, and I don't know, Corey and I, that's a funny topic. We actually have very different interests in certain ways. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you were very much a person of the world.
Yes.
Something that I think is the reason I think we do work well as good friends and partners on this podcast and what we do in Super Commie is that you are an extreme extrovert.
In some ways.
I am an extreme introvert. Whereas, I have like my core group of friends that I hang out with, and then you have like hundreds of people that you interact with at a time, and that drains me.
Oh, it drains me too.
Like whenever we go to like conventions and stuff, and we're talking to people all day. That's why at the end of the day, like I just crash. I'm just like I'm mentally exhausted.
I'm like mentally wound up. Like I'm like.
But I mean, you have the ability to communicate with anybody.
It's coming handy.
And that is an interesting gift.
It is an interesting gift. I can't spell or write to save my life. I'm very dyslexic. And that's not like me just saying, I have a hard time spelling, so I make up that I'm dyslexic. I'm like seriously effing dyslexic. But, being good with people and being a Bradley Cooper lookalike has come in handy in life. Yeah. It doesn't suck, It's like an A+ in certain areas of my life. And but you're much better socially than I am in certain ways. Or you're better at talking on these videos. Like you just sit down and you can just...
Talking to a camera is nothing.
I guess that's true. Once you get over the fear of it, it's not that hard. It really isn't.
I mean, it was scary at first. It was real scary.
Something I just saw online is that just came out on this website is the Flight of the Conchords are doing a reunion tour.
Really?
It's business time, Corey.
When did they break up?
Well, I don't think they've really done anything together since like 2009 because they all started doing stuff, like what Bob's Burgers
Yeah.
You know, the guy voices on Bob's
He voices
Burgers.
the daughter.
Yeah, which is the sexually confused daughter, my favorite character on Bob's Burgers. And anyway, they're all doing their own thing. I guess that was the point.
I just think it's funny that they're doing a reunion tour after they've only been broken up for like a couple of years.
4 years?
Yeah.
You know? Okay. That's pretty cool, though. I want to see them. That's like one of those bands, like I've always wanted to see Weird Al Yankovic in. I almost went to, what is that place called in Georgia that's not Six Flags or Whitewater? It's like American Adventures. You remember that?
God, I used to see that advertised on TV all the time.
Okay. So like American Adventures had a Weird Al Yankovic concert, and I almost went. I wanted to go so bad.
When was this?
I don't know, like 2008.
Oh, wow.
No. Maybe like when we were in high school, so maybe like 2004.
What type of show would Weird Al give? Like, does he have
I
like?
just want to see him jump out with the an accordion and just start going at it, and I want to see that in person.
He can legitimately play the hell out of the accordion too.
Yeah,
I
want
think
to see
that's
him.
really cool.
I want all the Michael Jackson things. You know, I'm fat, eat it. I want it all.
I mean,
Amish
I'd
Paradise.
like to see Weird Al. The only thing is, it's just like, how is he going to be able to capture the energy of those videos?
I mean,
especially the classic ones.
That's true.
All the costume changes. Like, I really hope that he does give on one hell of a show because comedy shows are really tough, especially when it's musical comedy.
It's not. It's just him playing his songs. You know, that's all I want to see. See him run around and dance.
I mean, it's like the Tenacious D. The shows that they used to do like years ago, whenever they went on tour, were so over the top. And
now
ridiculous.
Tenacious D just sort of lip syncs along with their songs on stage. I've heard so. It's
I
sad.
haven't. I saw them once, not at one of their shows. I think it was called Big Day Out. It was like years ago. They were one of the bands that came, and they were like the only joke band. It was really funny. But a friend of mine went to their show, and they have pictures and video of it, and it's just like the stage just looks like looks like the Enchanted Forest.
Yeah, with big mushrooms.
From the Pick of Destiny. Yeah, with the mushrooms and stuff, and they have people in costume all the time. So they give off a really good show. But I think the days of Tenacious D are probably over.
Yeah, well,
Jack Black's not the young buck he used to be.
And that's fine. He can just don't be a serious actor. Just go do other things with your time. Just go do other things. Speaking of big names, I recently got a chance to interview Fall Out Boy because I work for some of the local radio stations in town, and that was kind of fun. I mean, Baby, We're Going Down Swinging. I think I remember that song of Fall Out Boy.
Back in the distant year of 2005.
Yeah, they were big back then, and I guess they're big now. They just released a new album, and whenever a band releases a new album, usually it comes through the radio circuit here in Atlanta. And I am there. I'm the Atlanta videographer for all of the big radio stations, all of them owned by one of the companies. I won't get into all the details. So they came through, and I got to interview them. And not me holding the mic talking to them, but I got to light and shoot the interview with like a few cameras, and that was pretty cool. It's fun to hang out with celebrities. I took a selfie with them. I was like, "Hey, I'm going to be that guy. Can you come over here?" And then I took a picture with him. It was pretty funny. He was into it. He faked it well. He's like, "I'm a fucking millionaire. I don't care. Let's just do this."
Fall Out Boy, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a fucking millionaire. Let's sing this shit and go home. No, they're rock stars. They gave it 100%. I was behind in the back of the building, like the service hallways, kind of like in the mall and stuff. They have those big hallways. Terminator 2, where they get in the first fight.
Yeah,
like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And they came through after they got off stage, and they were all like sweaty, and they fucking singing their dick off. It was fun stuff.
Now I've never been to a Fall Out Boy show. They're not exactly my favorite band in the world, but what are their shows like? What's the crowd like?
The crowd is about a bunch of 14-year-old girls and boys that all shop at Hot Topic.
So mosh pits all over the place.
Yeah, they all shop at Hot Topic. And one of the radio DJs called them out for that. He's like, "So did you guys all go to Hot Topic together or separate or what?" They all were like, "Boo."
Yeah, that's a great way to pump up your crowd.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's a mixed crowd because it was a tailgating party. And they're at the College Football Hall of Fame. And they're showing the football game going up to deciding what teams go to the Super Bowl. So you got like your 20s to 40s football fan there, and then the people all pressed up sitting on the general admission area are the super fans of Fall Out Boy waiting to be first up against the barrier for the concert. So there's like a bunch of 14-year-old kids right there, or 14-year-old kids with their terrified parents that are sitting next to them. And then you have like a bunch of drunk football fans right behind them all on high tops, So as soon as the football game was over, most of them got out. It's kind of funny. A room divided for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Fun,
I know that you're not exactly a big sports fan.
I know very little about sports.
I mean, are you excited for the Super Bowl coming up?
Yeah, I like the social event of the Super Bowl, but I don't even know who's playing, and I watched the game.
Okay.
To show me who was
Patriots and Seahawks.
Patriots go a lot to the Super Bowl.
They do. They're a very good team.
Yeah.
But even I don't follow NFL that much. I'm a very casual fan of sports in general. I tend to just follow my one team, and that's it. But mostly I'm a college football fan. But the reason I like Super Bowl is just seeing all the commercials and seeing all the trailers. I am really excited to see. There's supposed to be a Jurassic World trailer for
a new one.
Yeah, there's supposed to be some brand new footage for that. They're teasing the fact that there might be some other big movies which are going to be shown. That's really always been my favorite part about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, of course, the go-to answer is I like the commercials if you don't really care about the game. And I do. A lot of the commercials this year are going up early on YouTube, and you can watch them.
I've been avoiding them, though.
You have?
I want to see them on Sunday.
Yeah, that's funny.
It takes away the fun.
Yeah, but the companies are like, fuck it, this is too good. Get it out now.
No, I guess they're just like, we paid a lot for this.
Yeah,
we might as well get this shit out and let it go viral first.
What do you think? What do you think 30 seconds at the Super Bowl cost? Let's look that up.
Oh, God. How many million does it cost just for a couple seconds at the damn Super Bowl? But yeah, like I haven't wanted to look at any of that stuff. I'm really just wanting to see all the brand new movie trailers and all the teases that they're going to do. Supposedly, and this is big ass rumor, there's going to be a Superman Batman teaser of some sort. But that movie's so far off that I just don't see that happening. There was supposed to be a teaser with that new movie coming out called Jupiter Ascending, I think.
It looks good.
With Mila Kunis.
30 seconds of ad time for the Super Bowl on this article that came out this year cost $4.5 million.
30 seconds.
30 seconds cost $4.5 million just to run your ad.
Everybody's going to be watching.
Everyone will be watching.
I think that that price has got to change soon just because of all, the fact that they're showing their commercials on YouTube and stuff and doing all that stuff early. They're sort of like taking away the thunder a little bit.
Super Bowl doesn't care because they still get 4.5 whether 5 people watch it or
That's
everyone.
True, I guess, as long as they get their money.
They're like, fine, you got the 4.5? Okay, you're there. You're in. Do whatever. Release on YouTube first. I don't fucking care. Check cleared, right? Right, Bobby? Okay, we're good.
Bobby's in charge.
He's the accountant, apparently.
Yeah.
Or in charge of checks of $4.5 million. And so advertising. Fucking the Super Bowl. I don't know. Is that this Sunday? When is that?
It is. It's this Sunday, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't care about
the Pats and the Seahawks, yeah.
Pats and Seahawks. Let's see who can run the pigskin across the field farther, faster, better.
Someone didn't play football.
Nope. I wrestled in high school. That's all I did. I like combat sports way more than I like one-on-one sports. Like I do kickboxing and I've done some jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. And we took beginners karate together.
Mm-hmm. We've been to some seminars.
Yeah.
Seen people get knocked out.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Which is real. That stuff's real, like pressure points and stuff. It's serious.
I don't know if I think it's real anymore.
No?
No, I don't know if
Even when we went to the seminar?
I think the guys, okay, Corey, here's the thing. When you have a sensei,
yeah,
you don't want to disappoint your sensei.
Yeah.
And when your sensei says, and you've been listening to your sensei say and do and things and watch him do to other people, it's a lot like being hypnotized. Because, okay, let me start this story over. I'm kind of jumping around. I used to do this type of karate called small points, pressure point style something. God, I'm forgetting the name. It doesn't matter. The grandmaster was some big fat old guy with a big red belt. And he went around and he's like, I know how to hit you in the hand and pop you on the chin and you'll just pass out. And so he grabbed people and then like whack them in the face and then they supposedly pass out. But what was really happening is group think. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or what is the term when everyone wants to believe? This is what hypnotism is. Everyone fantasizing together. And I'm not trying to be sexual when you say fantasy. Sometimes it goes that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But like when the guy's like, yeah, and now you're in a race car. Woo! And everyone's fantasizing together. That's why hypnotism works. Because people are like, I'm going to let this guy control my brain. Technically, that's what hypnotism is. Mm-hmm. And so when you go to these karate seminars, first of all, you paid money to be there. And you think this guy's a grandmaster of your style. So he's the baddest motherfucker there is in your style. He's like the dude with the Fu Manchu beard, in the Asian kung fu movies. Whoosh. Yeah, he's that guy. And when he's like, okay, I'm going to grab your wrist here, twist it, and then pop you here, and it'll knock you out. And he turns and tells everyone that. So you just kind of yeah, it's going to knock me out before he hits you. And then you're like, ugh. You know, I don't know what to say. It feels like some of that stuff, because then I went from that style and then I went to kickboxing. And they were like, okay, punch this bag nonstop for like 2 minutes. And I couldn't do it. I was so out of shape. You know, I was like, but I know how to grab someone's wrist. And they're like, yeah, but
when's that going to come up in a fight? Like,
when a guy is throwing
when a dude
punches
is
at
like,
you.
when you get out of the club with your girl that night and
Yeah.
this drunk bastard comes running at you and wants to fight, you're not going to be like, oh, wait, hold on, let me grab your wrist real quick and put you in this position because I'm about to whip your ass. No, that dude's going to deck you in the face.
He's coming at you full speed
and he's going to
with
steal
all
your
of his
girl.
weight.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, no one's banging my bitches. No. But yeah, the real thing is that some of that stuff, not saying doesn't work, because there are some stuff that works, and it's good to know the vulnerabilities of the human body and where to hit and stuff. But you also just got to know how to, let's say you fight some dude and you get tired. You got to know how to fight when you're tired. You can't know with perfect form. And you got to get at that bag and be drilling that bag with hand combinations and learn how to fight a bag when you're tired. And then you'll be ready for a fight, because fights are emotional, high things. They're not this perfect world in a little sanitized box with mats on the floor. Like, fights are, I don't know. I've just seen a lot of violence, and people just aren't like, you drowned in terror in a real fight if you haven't practiced fighting.
You know, you're not in the middle of some big secluded field where Goku and Vegeta are about to throw down in this really well choreographed.
You're standing on cement in front of a club, and some drunk dude's coming at you, and you better not misstep, because or else your face is going to bounce off concrete.
Yeah, and what's even worse is if he's got like 6 friends who want to join in and fucking jump your ass.
And then when you're knocked out, they don't stop.
No.
They start stomping on your face.
Yeah.
You know, good luck. Real fighting is scary. And so karate and stuff is cool to build your confidence and your discipline and get a black belt around your waist and feel like a badass. But there's just differences about fighting that I feel like.
But I think if you're studying martial arts, you shouldn't want to get in a fight.
And you're also studying a certain discipline. And guess what? There are a lot of disciplines out there, and every discipline has its pluses and minuses. That one's really good with small joint manipulation and knowing how to handle situations if someone has something in their hand or they're coming at you. But it doesn't teach you like boxing or like kickboxing or, you know, it's all different things.
It is really good for parlor tricks, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember with a wiping hand thing.
I was about to say,
yeah.
Dude, that works on everyone still, and it's hilarious.
I don't know why
they
works.
think you're like a freaking Jedi when you show them that shit. It's hilarious.
I don't know what it is. There's something about it. But yeah, it's like those magic wrists or those magic bracelets with the magnets that everyone said help their balance.
Yeah.
You believe it'll help your balance, so it will help your balance. Like, the placebo effect is real. So, but it also needs to be reinforced all the time. That's what they say about the placebo. It'll work for a while, but if it's not like reinforced constantly, it'll fade.
That being said, I still think martial arts are important. I think they're good exercise for people.
Good exercise, and they teach you discipline.
Exactly.
Just because you're
Focus your mind.
Just because you're not the most baddest motherfucker on the block doesn't mean that you didn't learn a lot from martial arts. Like, I learned a lot, and it was a great activity, and I got to learn. Like, I'm a cameraman now. I feel like I'm a better cameraman because I learned and know how to move with my body better. Because,
you have a better sense of balance.
Yeah, sense of balance or athleticism because of karate. So it serves its purpose. I'm just saying, like, don't do Taekwondo or don't do any of these styles that are in some ways limited, that don't teach you any groundwork or anything like that, and think you're the baddest motherfucker on the block.
Yeah, don't expect to be, an immediate badass. You're not going to get in there and learn how to use the Rasengan on day one.
Hey, that's not how it works, bro.
Exactly.
It's not how it works. Fighting doesn't solve shit.
Speaking of Naruto, I just want to talk about this a little because we haven't been very vocal about it. That new movie, which is coming out.
Which one?
The
There are
last
lots of
Naruto, the
movies.
movie. The one that's about to be released in US theaters.
Yeah.
I'm still holding hope that there is a possibility it'll come to Atlanta, Georgia, because they announced a lot of the cities that it's going to be at. And if you go to their website and go to their Facebook page, you can demand it. I do it like once a day.
I can demand it.
And I want to see that movie.
Okay,
so
tells people where they go to do that. Give them some
you can
instructions.
go to 11 Arts, which
Okay.
is their website, which 11 Arts shows a lot of foreign films. That's like their whole thing, is they get foreign films, they bring them to U.S. theaters.
Spell it.
I'm not going to spell it for them. It's 11arts.com.
.com? I'm just saying, make sure they know how to get there.
Yeah. But...
Okay,
Excuse me.
say it backwards. How about that? Okay.
Oh, God. But yeah, they have the ability for you to demand it in your city, which is something that I've been doing every day now. So there's still the small possibility that it could be released in other cities. So make sure and check out that website. Demand it for your city so that you can see it. Because we still got about another month before it comes out. roughly.
I took off work to make sure I could see that movie.
Yeah,
and then it didn't
exactly.
come out.
Like the day that happened, I'm like, oh, I need the 20th off. I gotta have that day off. It's the Naruto movie. It's a big deal, and I'm still holding out hope that it could be released here. But it's the one piece of new Naruto material aside from like the finale of the anime series that I really want to see. Because we're in the middle of a filler arc right now. And it's just okay at best right now.
It's okay.
And by the time it's done, there's only so much anime that's going to be left. So this is like the next big Naruto thing, aside from the new Boruto movie, which is coming out this year.
That's good. That's the last hope for Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I don't know how I feel about that character. I mean,
We haven't seen enough of him.
I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's interesting. I don't know if he's just a Naruto clone and they're just like, remember Naruto was little? They did that in DBZ. They tried that heavily, and I didn't really appreciate it. It was never the strongest stuff about that. So as long as he's his own character, or he may just be a spoiled asshole, spoiled rich kid, and no one likes him. That's his angle.
It's weird. We're still living in the wake of the end of Naruto.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that it's over. I keep forgetting.
I'm like, wow, that actually happened months ago.
That is
This
crazy.
is blowing my mind. And yet, everything's fine. World keeps on spinning. New Dragon Ball Z movie. Tons of badass new anime series have started. I'm totally getting over it, but I still miss the series. I'm not going to lie. I miss reading those chapters every week.
It was something to do on Thursday, that's for sure, or Wednesday.
I mean, Bleach and
started.
One Piece is still really great, though. One Piece is really starting to grow on me, because I never read the manga before. Now, I'm really starting to dig it a lot.
It's very good.
And they've had so many frequent breaks lately that it builds that anticipation.
It absolutely seems like it's going to be this arc is great. I'm totally in love with this arc. I can't wait to see the big fights play out. Actually, I can't wait to see what happens next, like after this arc. Who knows
where it's going to go?
Yeah,
because there's so many directions, and it all depends on how this arc finishes too.
Sabo and Luffy have to get plastered at the end of this arc.
You think
together.
So?
They have
like
to.
the big celebration in Dressrosa?
Yes, that has to go down. He'd be like, "Yo, why didn't you tell me you were around, you asshole?"
There needs to be. I don't know. In some ways, I kind of don't want them to reunite for a while.
Really?
I think this first initial meeting each other after a long period is just like an appetizer.
There's a lot of touch and go in One Piece. Just think of Smoker and Luffy. There's a lot of touching, they just meet up and go do their own thing, and then they, there's a lot of that. So who knows? That's actually interesting. I think they should hang out and talk, even though Luffy doesn't care about that. He just cares he's around. That's all he really cares about. He isn't like, give me your flashbacks right now.
I mean, they're going to have to get into the entire Sabo surviving and then joining the revolutionaries.
That's probably going to lead into dragon stuff.
Yeah, that's going to be later on, I think. But honestly, whatever happens at the end of Dressrosa will determine where the next arc is going to go. After Doflamingo, it's you got to do the Emperors.
Yes.
They're the next big thing, because we've pretty much seen all the warlords. We haven't really seen Mihawk do much aside from just stand around, be badass, and train Zoro off screen. But for the most part, that's really it. That's it for them. It's time to bring out the big boys.
Yeah, and Mihawk isn't really actually a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad guy.
I don't think he's a bad guy either, per se.
He's just a strong dude doing his thing.
He works for the government. He's got to do his thing.
Yeah.
But he's also a pirate as well.
Arr.
So.
No one says
exactly.
that. No one says that in One Piece.
Ever. You'd think there would be more of that stereotypical piratey stuff in there.
1 second. Just want to check our time.
Checking the time.
1:04.
Oh, wow.
Okay, you guys, I think we're going to wrap this up. This was a little over an hour at this point, and or right at an hour. I don't know. We might have started the cameras a little early. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Christian. That's Corey, and we are Super Comic Guru 9000. If you want to support our channel, please make sure and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and also rate and comment on iTunes once we get that up. So that is it for you guys. This has been episode 2 of the Powerful Nerdcast. And again, I'm Christian, and that is Corey. Anything you want to leave them with, Corey, before we head out?
Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for episode 3. We'll probably have it a little more structured next time. And like I said, we're still going to work on that whole iTunes situation.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, until next time, Super Comic Guru 9000. Whoops. That's not what we are right now. We're Powerful Nerdcast.
I'm jumping ahead.
Okay.
Super Comic Guru 9000.
We're the Powerful Nerdcast. Till next time, guys. Peace.